Derek with Bidliner with our March of 2026 update to the bid grid. Real quick, I'm going to talk fast. Two types of updates we've made this month. The first has to do with bidding pairing ID on date. We have streamlined that, simplified that, and kind of made it much easier. The second type of change we made to the bid grid this month was the addition of a calendar filter to historic flying that will allow you to do um, better forensic historic research on what you could have held. We have generally just said, hey, you choose the type of flying you want, and we'll tell you if it went junior to you or not. Well, now we've added a calendar. Once you choose the type of flying you want, you can place this calendar filter off of that, and you can see whether the flying you want went junior to you on the days you would have liked to have flown it. And if you're realizing you can hold the days off you want, then and you haven't been bidding them, maybe you need to tighten up your bidding a little bit. Um, or it'll provide you some good feedback on what you can't hold. Anyway, so the first thing, the pairing ID on date bid. Many of you bid pairing ID on date. And the way most pilots do that is they'll use the search criteria to search for pairings, and then they'll kind of browse things and see what they'd like. And to some degree, because there's so many pages and it's so tedious and laborious to go through those pages within the PBS bidding system, pilots will give up after a few pages and say, okay, I bid enough of them specifically. And that's generally what I've seen happen because it is just laborious to do it. We have made it much better. So if you look at the screen, I've got a simple bid, 3-day trips, 1 leg home, weekends off, 156 pairings meet the criteria. We're going to drill down to that 156. This is everything that meets the criteria. Now let's pretend that this particular pilot wants to play the IMAX game. So he's put in there what he wants to normally likes to fly. So, but he's looking for pay and credit. So we click that once for ascending, twice for a descending sort, and we find all the pay and credit. And so 715, I'm going to want all the trips that have at least 3 hours of pay and credit. I'm going to make those. I'm going to click the top one, press the shift key, click the bottom one that turns all these light green. That means they have the focus, and you click L1 and it drops those into layer 1 bid. Now we'll go back to the layer 1 bid and we'll look at the bid report. And you can see how now it has added the specific bid, and we changed this number so that it matches the PBS number. So you just enter the D6174 into the PBS bid, and you're off and running. That's pretty quick as it pertains to bidding specifically. You can look that up in the book or trial and error it. And under pairing characteristic, there's an opportunity to enter the pairing ID number. That means you're not browsing through 20 pages at a very slow pace of pairings. You just enter a single ID number. It returns the content of that. You verify it's the pairing and bid it. Now, the other change we made, I mentioned that we have for a while been looking at future data, and you can filter this data with the calendar. What we've added this month is the ability to filter the historic data with the calendar. Now, we're not bidding any of this. We're just looking at it, and I'm deleting these because I had those in there from previous demo. And we're doing research now because we're talking about history. And this is everything in layer 2 that went junior to me. And I really want to do Monday flying. I wonder if I could have held Monday flying because it gave me trips like this last month, but they were random. They were all over the map. Could I have held just a nice cadence of Monday flying only? I don't know. Let's see if I could do that. How do you do that? So we're going to use this calendar filter to see what you could have held. Could I have held the days I want to fly? Well, if you want to fly on Monday, well, we're going to start by taking Sunday off. Just turn them green, and that's going to take Sunday off. No flying will touch Sunday shows up there. Monday, we're going to turn it red. I want to fly on Monday. So every Monday I turn red, it keeps adding all the Monday flying there. Hey, it looks like, let's see, I flew the 2, the 9th, the 16th, the 23rd, and the 30th. Maybe I could have held the Monday flying. So let's just see. I'm going to take the 2nd and I'm going to drop it in layer 1, and the 9th, and I'm drop one of those in layer 1. In the 16th, I'll drop one of those in layer 1. In the 23rd, I'll drop one of those in layer 1. And that yields 67 hours. What about, am I going to solve? What's the line construction window? What about this 30th? I'm going to drop that in layer 1. And it adds a whole trip, but some of it flies into next month. So we're just going to click this number and look at the 30th, and I see 5 hours and 6 hours. Sure enough, the 2 days in this month are going to get you over the top, because we were at 67 hours and we added 2 hours to it, 77. So yes, you could have held 3-day trips flying Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday all month long. That is valuable information. That will adjust how you bid. And so that's why we put this in the historic side, is to help you do some research and get you to bid with greater confidence in the future and greater precision in the future for a greater outcome in the future. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Appreciate your time. Y'all have a nice day. Fly safe.